Hello and welcome to Tell All Today. Today we're up in Janvrin Island and we're at the home of Gina Cloud and Brian Rose. Hello Brian, Gina.
Hi.
Hello.
So do you want to tell us a bit about yourselves? You're not from Janvrin Island.
No, we're from Indiana in the States.
Mm-hmm.
What brought you to Janvrin Island?
We wanted to go someplace beautiful, you know, near the ocean, and someplace cooler than Indiana, and that's what it is. So it's a nice place, nice people. So.
Had you spent a lot of time traveling before you discovered Janvrin Island?
Well, we went to Ireland one time, and that kind of got the fever going as far as if we wanted to move someplace and someplace romantic and nice like that, but it was too far and too expensive, and so Janvrin Island was closer, Cape Breton, or
cheaper.
you know, yeah, cheaper, and so
yeah.
it was more in our budget, you know, as far as that goes, and so that's where we ended up. So.
Mm-hmm. Now you're a young couple, but I understand you're not a working couple today, right?
Right.
You're retired, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, kind of, yes.
Yes.
So.
Okay. But you work full time because your lifestyle here is a bit different to what most people are familiar with on Almadam. You live off the grid, per se.
Mm-hmm.
So you have no electricity and no running water. So you raise your own food, basically, is it?
Well, I mean, we do the best we can. We at least do our fresh food. I mean, we don't, completely
Yeah.
We
We have eggs and stuff, you know, and that and vegetables
veggies
and all
and
that.
the greens and that kind of stuff. Fruit too, like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't get it. We still go to the superstore and.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Potentially we could raise, or we could have dairy products, you know, with our goats and stuff, and we could eat the goats or the sheep, but that's not happened yet, so.
Right. Not hungry yet, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Not hungry enough yet. If we got hungry, we'll do it, so.
Right.
But,
So maybe you can just, I'm thinking more of Gina because, I don't know, maybe woman to woman I can relate more. What challenges do you face preparing meals every day, doing laundry when you don't have the washer that you turn on or the electric stove or?
Well, I mean, as far as laundry goes, I usually go to the laundromat. So that's the only problem with that is if there's not enough washers. So I mean, that's not like a big problem. But with cooking, I have like a propane stove as well as a wood stove, so I don't have to heat up the whole house. And say if we don't have a wood stove going in the summer, I don't have to heat up, the wood stove for that. But really here we need a wood stove almost all the time. I find it's cool.
one month of the year we don't have to probably.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
Really, it's not bad at all. The only thing that's not is the worst is like going to the outhouse in the winter.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the only thing. Yeah.
So how far is the outhouse?
It's not far.
No, it's not too
Okay.
I don't
far.
know how many feet. I don't know how many how far.
It's
it would
not
be.
that bad.
Right.
I don't find it that bad, but
No, he
of course
doesn't.
I usually use the outdoors, for most things, and then
Right.
the outhouse only for office visits. So
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So that's the only thing. I don't mind. Like I like being able to get my water myself. I like knowing that I have I guess some control over it. I like being able to I don't know, just know that if something happens, I'll be able to figure it out. Like it's simple to me. Like it makes sense. Like if it's coming out of a pipe, it doesn't really make sense to me. So it's better for me this way. So I think that he would probably maybe have a pump or something, but.
we could have a pump, but
Yeah.
as long as it's okay for us to do it the way it is, that's fine as
Right.
far as it goes. So.
So you have, what do you have, a hand dug well?
We have a drilled well, but we
Okay.
have a bailing bucket, which maybe you'll see it. I don't know if you want to see it, but it's on a rope. It goes down into the well, and it has a foot valve on the bottom that lifts up, and then it fills full of water. So it's like a bucket that's shaped like a tube.
It's the same. It's like the same diameter as the drilled well.
okay.
So it fits it down
and
the
then it
side.
fills full of water, and then when you pull on it, then the weight of the water keeps the valve down. So then you lift it up, and then you've got 2 gallons of water, like in a bucket, like that. So, and we also have rainwater collection for summer for showers and everything. We have gutters on the buildings, and that goes into rainwater collection. So we can use that for if we want to do laundry at home, like hand wash it or whatever. We can use it for that and water in the garden and stuff. But in the winter, that stuff freezes, so you have to,
And water for the animals.
That's
which
true.
is a constant
that's right.
drain on water now.
Thirsty,
So
yeah.
So you keep quite a few animals here?
Mm-hmm.
What do you have?
Well, we have
should talk. I've been
a
talking.
donkey, and we have 4 sheep. Is it 10 goats? No, 7 goats. No, what is it? How many goats do we have?
3. I think we have 10 goats.
10 goats, and then we have 2 geese and like 30 chickens or something like that.
Yeah.
2 dogs and a cat. And goldfish, which they don't require water because they live in water. So.
Right, yeah. So what's your typical day like for either one of you?
Well, lately we've been getting in the habit. We get up in the morning, take the dogs for a walk because we only let the chickens out in the afternoon because the dogs and the chickens don't really get along. So we let the dogs kind of in the morning and then the chickens in the afternoon. That gives the chickens a chance also to put their eggs in the chicken house and not like somewhere in the woods where we can't find the eggs. So, and then we, come back and Brian will start the sauna, which is where we take our showers. And then I get water and for the day to have it, we have purifiers that we put the water through. Mm-hmm. And then I don't know. We say, what are we going to do today? And then
we have a giant list of things that we've written down
That's right.
that we have to start. We just go through and start doing.
So we pull
these
weeds
projects.
and we plant things and water the greenhouse and water the animals and I don't know. Your day just goes by, and then it's lunchtime and then you have to do the dishes and which I have to get water from the well and boil it and then so everything takes a little bit longer.
Everything does take longer. That's the one thing. Like showers take half the day to get ready instead of just hopping in the shower and taking a shower.
Right.
And the cooking and stuff and cleaning up from that is all longer and all that. So.
It takes longer to do, but it's all free. It doesn't cost anything except for your time. So it's a compromise, I guess, that in that way.
So a working person would have a difficult time maybe living this lifestyle.
You might, yeah. For showers, you can't just the sauna. You can't get up in the morning and jump in the shower and go to work. You have to the shower takes maybe 4 hours to heat up or whatever.
And so what heats?
Wood. We have a wood stove in the sauna.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Yeah. So like a working person could do it, you know what I mean, as far as that goes, but it's going to require all the off time to do the things around here, like the chores, and stuff, and get things ready. So, but I mean, if you love it, that's not like work then,
Right.
So
in the winter, I'm just thinking okay, that sounds cool in the summer, but in the winter when it's dark at 4:30, 4:45, must make an awful long evening, doesn't it?
Yeah.
that's not too bad. I wonder if
now
pretty
we
good.
have the internet, So.
Yeah, we have the internet, we have
You
TV.
have the internet.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay, wait now. You don't have any electricity
No,
coming?
we have
have
electricity.
electricity, but it's only because we make it ourselves through solar panels and wind.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not like it's not that we have none, it's just that we have
a limited amount.
Exactly.
Limited supply.
Exactly.
Well, we have enough for everything we want to do. We just don't have microwaves and vacuum cleaners and stuff like
And
that,
blow dryers
and blow dryers,
stuff that makes heat takes a lot of power. We don't have a refrigerator, but we do have a freezer. So we can freeze we usually freeze containers of water and put those in coolers. And in the wintertime, you don't even really need
you don't
refrigeration.
Need
you can put it on the back porch.
Put it outside,
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
right.
Yeah. It doesn't freeze.
Isn't that a bit challenging throughout the warmer months, though? Like if you wanted to make, I don't know, a dessert that had whipped cream or something.
In a way.
It doesn't need to be frozen,
some
but
big containers you can't really put in the cooler. You
Yeah, it's just because it's a cooler. So whatever you can put in a cooler, you can it's just like a refrigerator, essentially, because you're keeping it with, it's just like the old-fashioned ice boxes.
Yeah, that's what it's
we
like.
freeze a 2-liter bottle of ice, and then we put it in the cooler, and a couple days later we change it out for another one, so... But it's not that bad. It's just space is the main thing. But we could have a refrigerator and stuff like that. We would probably have to put a few more solar panels on or something like that. But it's not a big deal. We could do it. We decided. Some people like to live the old ways.
I'm kind of old-fashioned.
Yeah, that's right. So, which I guess the cooler's not really that old, but
yeah. Well, I mean, the freezer was kind of our big deal. That was kind of our big, thing that we decided to go with that instead of a fridge. So.
Right. So you have a beautiful view of that's Shuttabuckdo Bay, I take it, right?
yeah, straight to Canso.
Straight to Canso, yes. So all the big boats going into the port there to get rock and gravel and stuff, you see them coming and going all the time?
All the time,
Yes, all the time.
Okay.
We even had pilots, the guys that get on the boats, the pilots for the boats, come here just out of the blue because they saw our place going past us every day at work, and they thought, I want to go see what's going on there,
Yeah.
So we had people come by for that before, so.
Right.